The Nemesis claw aboard the Bolt Reaver waited in anticipation. Augury scanners and Voxlinks scanned the planet's surface, feeding precious data to Garrus, the visionary of the Nemesis claw. Suddenly, alarm klaxons blared out as enemy fire slammed into the Bolt Reaver, Drukhari. Xenos raiders known for ambush and treachery had hit the Bolt Reaver with several Impaler assault craft, and reports from lower decks were already rife with violence. Garrus hastily scanned the security systems, searching for the assailants, but was unable to observe any concrete evidence of the invaders. They were searching for something, and Garrus called his warriors to prepare to defend the bridge. The Drukhari Mandrakes moved through the bowels of the Bolt Reaver with wraith-like agility, appearing out of thin air and disappearing out of the corner of onlookers' eyes. Slowly creeping towards the main deck, where the navigational equipment and the Nemesis claw resided. In this Kill Team mission, we are playing the Bridge Assault mission from Kill Team Soulshackle from 2024, representing the Nightlords' final defense of their command bridge above the planet Wystengradt. We are using the 2nd edition of Kill Team rules for this mission, and we filmed this before the new rules came out, so deal with it. The Nightlords of the Nemesis Claw set up first in the center of the kill zone. Afterwards, the Drukhari Mandrakes set up outside of the main bridge in the corridors. The Drukhari must sabotage the command consoles of the Nightlords, crippling the command deck and making the following raid on Wystengradt easier. During the Turning Point 1 strategy phase, the Drukhari Mandrakes utilize the Dirge-Maw's haunting focus, targeting one of the Nemesis Claw operatives. The Nightlord's Visionary generates a single prescience point, and the Drukhari use the strategic ploy Creeping Horror, allowing Mandrake operatives to make dash actions after enemy operatives activate. Finally, the Nemesis Claw utilizes the strategic ploy Prey Sight, allowing the Nightlords to target Mandrakes even whilst concealed. A Mandrake warrior opens a hatch to engage the Children of Nostromo, unleashing a blast of baleful energy into the Nightlord's Skin Thief, sending them sprawling across a nearby terminal.
Door's opened.
The door's open. He opened the door. And you're like, you!
Man, I wish I had an engage order.
It's a crit and a hit. Spooky shenanigans.
That is a 3.
So you will just take
I'll take one crit hit.
Leaping to action and bringing his plasma gun to bear, the Nightlord's gunner blasts away the shadowy Mandrake with a hail of plasma shot.
Looking for 3s. That's 2 hits and a crit.
Save. Well, I think I'm dead already, because a hit and a crit I think kills me. And 3 fails definitely kills me.
Sven?
Oh, he's such a deadly
So
marksman.
because I've killed one of your guys with my deadly marks, I now get a victory point.
I hate it when they get a victory point.
So the gunner finished his move there. My second activation, this other Mandrake warrior with bone darts is going to go throw bone darts at this Skin Thief, because bones beat skin.
Ah!
3s, damage 2/3.
Which is nothing. That's a save,
Okay.
so we are down to 1.
Hell yeah, brother.
Crippling the warrior, but not finishing him off. The Nightlord's Fearmonger plants a terror chem on one of the objective markers, sabotaging it if any Drukhari Mandrakes are foolish enough to get close, and repositions closer to the oncoming threat of the Drukhari.
So I'm just going to move him from over here and kind of tag him up.
In an effort to lure forces away, a Mandrake warrior prepares a blasting charge on a vulnerable part of the bridge wall. As the Nightlord Visionary utilizes his 1 prescience point to gain a precious command point. The Shadeweaver summons a shadow portal, allowing a glut of Mandrakes to shadow step from the far side of the board, planting a blasting charge on the far door and blowing it to pieces.
Okay. So basically these 3 guys that are nearby the portal are all going to be able to teleport there.
Yeah.
Sort of getting around the once per phase
Cool.
rule.
My Skin Thief, and we're going to move him, move and dash up over to here.
So this Mandrake has portaled away. He's portaled over to here. And he set up a bomb.
The Nightlord's Screecher bursts through a hatchway door, bearing down on the shadowy Drukhari.
Yeah, I'm just going to be like, hey, I want you to see me.
The Dirge-Maw positions herself near the Screecher, preparing to ambush the beast on the next turning point. On Turning Point 2, The Dirge Maw utilizes her haunting focus, targeting the Nightlord's Screecher, hoping to damage it with a Bale Blast before flitting away into the shadows. The Nightlord's Visionary taps into his latent psychic abilities again, generating another prescience point. The Mandrakes use the strategic ploy Inescapable Nightmare, using the shadows to their advantage and gaining a precious reroll whilst within shadow. The Nightlords reveal the Takoff Executioner, gaining precious secondary points for killing more enemies than taking losses. Finally, the Drukhari reveal the secondary from Death Darkness, gaining secondary points by killing enemy operatives within shadow. The Nightlords spend 2 command points, one on the Prey Sight strategic ploy and one on Nightmare Manifest, allowing them to see in the dark, fight twice, and shoot twice with bolt weapons. On turning point 2, the Mandrakes spring into action, assaulting the Skin Thief. Isolated and wounded, the Skin Thief made a perfect candidate to implant a tracker onto.
You get to reroll a dice.
3 hits.
I implant that operative instead. You do not lose wounds, but I get a victory point. Capture, hostage, and infiltrate, which is kill an enemy operative within circle of me, and you are more than hex.
Furthermore, due to his previous injuries, the Astartes warrior could be taken captive and plied for precious information.
Like an absolute goon. Hey guys, I've got
Actually, hold on.
The Nightlords repay the loss of their combat warrior in kind, blasting the Mandrake Chooser of the Flesh with another scorching ray of plasma. One of the last Mandrake warriors tries to escape from the Screecher's wrath, but a well-timed Nightlord's Vox Scream stuns the warrior, forcing another Mandrake to activate before it.
Ooh, actually, that would have been. You know what? I'm gonna Vox Scream that.
You're gonna Vox screen that fucker?
I'm gonna Vox scream
Oh
that
my
specific
goodness.
fucker.
That specific fucker.
Yeah, I'm gonna Vox
Alright,
Scream that.
you're making...
The Abyssal leaps into the main corridor, launching a deadly barrage of balefire into the plasma gunner.
I'll do the blast one for fun. Crit hit.
Oh, you crits on 5s.
Yeah.
Alright, and then this is a special save
This
with
is
your
special
shenanigans.
save.
Alright.
Yay.
3s are lower, 1s are crits.
But the Nightlord's armor is steadfast and takes no damage. The Screecher prepares to eviscerate the Dirge Maw, but as the target of the Mandrake's haunting focus, the Dirge Maw intercepts its attack, throwing a blast of balefire into the monstrous Astartes.
Alright, Dirge Maw shooting a Bale Blast.
1s and 2s. I roll another with regular save, so I'm gonna block 2 of them with a crit and then block 1 regular hit.
So you will take 3 damage.
Before shadow stepping away from the warrior of Nostromo.
Yeah.
So the Screecher is now going to charge in.
Yeah, this guy's like, where'd you go?
Snarling with rage, the Screecher charges the pathetic Mandrake warrior, smashing through parries and eviscerating the shadowy Drukhari.
On 4s.
Finally, setting off a previously set blasting charge to give him better access to the antechamber. Engaging the deadly marksman, the Shadeweaver springs from the shadows, throwing a hail of balefire into the unstoppable plasma gunner. But the resolve of the warrior is too strong, and he resists all of the damage.
1s and 2s. Are in 3s.
No.
2 crit saves.
Hearing a corridor full of Xenos interlopers, the heavy gunner of the Nemesis Claw rushes into the main hatchway, preparing to launch a deadly rocket salvo during the Overwatch phase. The Mandrake Night Fiend phases through the bulkhead wall and engages not just the heavy gunner, but the plasma gunner as well. The Night Fiend blades clash with the gunner, stunning the rocket-toting warrior with his husk blade, and only managing to bring him down to 2 wounds.
Deuce. That's pretty good.
That's pretty bad for me.
That's 3 crits and 2 hits.
Oh, you have lethal 5s.
Yeah, lethal 5.
Gross. 4 attacks, 3-4, hitting on 2s. Because of my assist. That's 3 hits and 1 crit.
Calling more warriors to hold back the vicious Night Fiend, the Fearmonger leaps into the fray.
5 attacks, hitting on 2s for the combat support.
That's Shisha. I've got 3 crits and 2 regular hits.
I don't like this guy.
Yeah,
Who is this man?
He's the leader.
Oh, he is the leader. Okay.
He's the leader.
Then I'm gonna apply a 5 damage crit to you and apply a character.
Alright, so I'll try and ignore this damage. which I do, I'm going to parry your other crit.
Okay. I'll hit you for 3.
I will hit you for a crit,
Which will discard the other normal hit.
and then I'll bonk you 2 more times.
Yes.
Striking a poison blade into the Night Fiend, but swiftly being cut down afterwards.
My last activation is opening a door and charging. Nick spends a pre-science token to get a command point. Do you want to? Oh no, you still have to sort of babysit that zone. Fine. So my Mandrake is going to attack this Nightlord through the wall.
4 attacks hitting on 3s.
4 attacks hitting on 3s. All right.
Guess I'll hit you for a crit for 6.
All right. I'll parry your hit and then I'll brutalize.
Unfortunately, the Nostraman warrior is just as skilled with a blade as it is with a plasma gun, slaying the warrior engaged in combat and then blasting the Drukhari Abyssal with a lance of plasma.
These are fighting through the hallway.
The lethal precision of the Night Fiend dispatches the rocket-toting Astartes.
Hey, look at that. You hit me.
That's a crit, 6 damage.
Science man.
The pre-science man is now the post-murder man.
Actually, no. You know what? Has decided to skip the activation of any Nightlords with a pre-science token, forcing our Mandrakes to go again.
The Mandrake Abyssal launches another blast of balefire into the plasma gunner.
Nice. It's a hit and a crit.
1s and 2s and 3s. I block your crit and I block that.
The Nightlord Screecher dashes into the breach of the ship walls and rushes towards the Mandrake warriors, sharpening his blades and screaming the whole way. After what seems like dozens of attacks, the plasma gunner is finally felled.
Hit and a crit. Success. Yay!
Succumbing to the balefire as it burns his body and soul. The Shadeweaver slinks through a bulkhead wall, approaching the primary data console, threatening to disable the ship with a swipe of a cruel blade. A prickle of danger hits the precognitive mind of the visionary, and he leaps into action, diving back into the main chamber and annihilating the Shadeweaver with a bolt of plasma.
On 2s.
Ooh.
Yeah, I will spend a command point. All right.
So 4 hits?
4 hits.
Yeah. I don't.
Okay, so final moves. These are basically the final moves, because the only way I can win is by blowing up that console. And I'm gonna wall walk through here, and then I'm gonna dash to put some APL on that point.
Yeah.
So the Screecher is going to activate, but my
I should have held.
Dirge Maw is going to activate beforehand, and she's going to blow the door.
That would have been a good charge up to this doorway to get our big fighto, because I can't stand in the doorway.
Correct. Yeah, you basically just
Yeah.
stand on the other side of the door.
I'm gonna stand on this side of the doorway, beat the shit out of her. He's too far, but I also don't have any command points to stop him.
We're doing it
live.
I'd miss. You get
I
ult.
don't.
No. All right. This lady is murdered. Okay, so I'm moving in with my unwounded Mandrake. I'm gonna move in and try and hit you with a fucking swingerino. 1 crit will kill you. God damn it. Oh, it's out of the dice. Doesn't count.
How badly do I murder you?
No.
These are misses.
I
So we
did.
roll these.
No.
So that's 3 crits and 2 regular hits. Rip and tear. My activation.
All right, hell yeah. So you're just gonna plasma pistol me?
Yeah, I'm gonna plasma pistol you, and then we'll see how that. We'll see what goes from there. 4 attacks, hits on 2s.
I'll get rid of 2 hits.
All right, take 5 damage.
Oh, that person's dead then. Because, yeah, they're at like 4.
The last thing I'm gonna do is just gonna try and kill this man for the 3rd time. I need a 5. If I get 1 5, okay, I got a 6. I'm gonna hit you for 6. Go ahead and roll your fucking dice. Oh my god, this man cannot be stopped.
And with all systems still operational and several secondaries under their flesh-wrought belts, the Nightlords secure a decisive victory from the Mandrakes. The ship's vital systems would remain online, allowing the Nemesis Claw to strike more accurately onto the planet below. The Mandrakes slain but to the Night Fiend would slink back to their shadow dimensions. By planting a vital tracker, as well as extracting useful information from the Skin Thief, the Mandrakes would hopefully placate the rage they would face for their failure to successfully sabotage the Nightlord's vessel.